Good morning, jazz and applied music. We are going to be taking and looking today at both your region music as well as I would like you to start looking for solo ensemble literature. All of you in these two classes are members of the elite in our band program. You're the members who I know can play well, and I know you can be dedicated and be focused on some new things. So one of the requirements for applied music is that you take and do a solo or an ensemble for UIL Solo and Ensemble. Now, this is normally in February. I will be perfectly honest, we are still waiting for UIL to tell us how this is going to happen this year. It is entirely possible they move to something virtual like we did with team or with our audition process. It is possible that we take and get to do it in person. We really don't know that yet, but we do know they're planning on having the contest. So we need to be looking for music. With a class 1 solo, most of them have to be memorized to get you to state solo and ensemble. My hope is that state solo and ensemble is going to happen this year, being the early part of June, and that there's nothing that stops us from having that. With that in mind, I want every member of the applied music class to be members of either ensembles or being soloists that get to take that trip up to Austin. It's a fun trip, and I hated the fact that we missed out on it last year. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to go take to uiltexas.org.
Once you get here, you're going to hover over music. It's going to take and have different things. Click on prescribed music list. Okay, once you've gotten here, it's got information for band directors, but what you want to do is go ahead and click search. Okay, here right now it's showing you everything that's on our prescribed music list, and that includes band, orchestra, and choir. What we need to do is event code. You're going to see listed all the different solo options are right here. So you've got piccolo solo, flute solo, all the way on down through everything, and it's going to start with woodwinds. Then you have options like woodwind trio, flute trio, woodwind quartet. All of these are going to give you every option that's possible for solo and ensemble with winds. They'll give you 6 or more brass. They'll go all the way down to percussion. Go ahead and take and click on your instrument. I feel like going to saxophone today. Once you've done this, you're going to look for the different levels. Now, the way it works for UIL for solo and ensemble is there's grade 1 is going to be the toughest. They are the ones that are basically college level solos in a lot of cases, upper level high school, college level solos. Grade 2 is going to be considered kind of like an easier one. There's still some meat in grade 2s, and grade 3 is considered the easiest. Now, with class 1, and it's actually called class in this situation, I don't know why they haven't pushed it here. Class 1 solos, if you memorize them in most cases, you can take and go on to state when you perform it. Now, the other option here is the no memory required. I'm going to tell you, all the no memory required ones are really, really exceptionally tough usually, but you don't have to memorize them, which is kind of something that may make it worth doing the extra work for it, depending on how you feel about memorization. I will say that most of the time, memorization has actually been less of a big deal than what most of the students have felt. So when you go ahead and look through here, you're going to get different piece names here. And what you need to do is go through and say, okay, well, this one sounds interesting. Take and grab the name of it. Usually the composer name with a solo is going to be the most important thing. Go to YouTube. And you'll notice it's already showing up because it's a fairly famous piece. And then go through and click it and see what you think. And you go and listen through, you see what there is. I would say when I search the UIL list, I find the pieces on YouTube about 80% of the time. If you still can't find it, go to Google, search it. There might be another place you can find it where you can purchase it. Maybe someone's got a recording. You can also search through iTunes, Spotify. All of the options that you have for cloud music may very well have it too. And just go through and click through and find something that sounds interesting. Once you have found something that's interesting, depending on how old it is, may be able to find the music online. If something was published before at this point, 1924, I believe is the date, it's considered public domain, which means it's legal to take the original, make a copy of it, and pass it out. It's also legal to edit and do everything else. If it was after 1924, you're generally going to have it not available online in anything because it's illegal to publish that way. You can sometimes find a print on demand source for it, though. When you find something, we may very well have it. If we don't, I will order it. I will be able to order things as of next week again, and I'll be happy to order something you feel like is interesting to you if you think it's something you'll be able to work on. There is also, again, the options for all of the trios and everything. So let's say I click clarinet trio, go through there. You're looking for one that sounds interesting. Again, we do have a lot of them that might be available already in our library, but you just go through and take and find it. And so maybe this run 5 miniatures sounds interesting. Now, the advantage with an ensemble is you don't have to memorize. The disadvantage sometimes, though, is the fact that you do have to deal with finding rehearsal time. So if you think your friends may not be able to take and get together real easily, you may need to take and find another option. So, and I am not sure if this one might not be a different trio than what we're looking for. But you look for it and see what we can find. I might have to look into that one for myself. That actually looks kind of fun. So look through it, figure out what you've got as options. That wasn't the right piece, so you'd have to look through it. Look for the title and the composer, and watch out because sometimes some people wrote things by the same name. There's multiple ones. In this case, you've got Kumars here with Trio 24, Opus 53, Opus 59. You may need to switch to different things. If you're looking for Mozart, a lot of times there will be those opuses attached to it too. So look for it. I want you by the end of this week to have found a solo that looks interesting to you and a ensemble with the members that might be in applied music.
Pick something that sounds like fun to you. Okay, if you're going to be stuck working on it for a while, make sure it's one that sounds like it's going to be fun. I am hopeful that we're going to be able to take and get some great musicianship out of this fall and this spring. And if we can get these solos in now and you can start working on them alongside your region, we can do really, really well at Solo and Ensemble this spring. So, again, your assignment is to take and find this piece for yourself that you think will work. If you think a class 1 is too hard, you can look at the class 2s. I'd, for the most part, rather not have any class 3s in this group, but there are a couple of you that I will consider it if it's your first time taking and doing something like this. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions. This is the expectation for today, is that you take and start looking. I want you to take and record also 2 more measures of your region music for me on Flipgrid on the link provided. Thank you, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day.